All right, my Z Warriors, we are back here on the channel, and today, yes, we will be going over a new trailer for DLC 5, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot Season 2 Pass. But before we do so, my Z Warriors, do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Also, if you're new here to the channel, welcome. Here we try to just share our love, our passion for Dragon Ball Z, but of course also Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is one of our favorite Dragon Ball Z games here thus far. And with that said, here we go. Let's go over to Bandai Namco's YouTube channel. Yes, what we're gonna do is let the trailer play in its entirety, and oh my god, is it ever awesome. Yes, been waiting for a long time to finally see what the ground combat is going to be like, and this totally reveals, and I'm in. I'm totally in it. So we'll let it play, and then after, we're going to dissect it, of course, drop our 2 ZENI, and then at the end, give our conclusion. So here we go.
Of the World Tournament! Will the title of the world's greatest belong to our returning hero Goku or to the mysterious Junior? Neither warrior lacks in strength or skill. We're witnessing the showdown of 2 masters. This battle will be spoken of for generations to come. From where I'm standing, both Tien Shinhan and Mercenary Tao are formidable martial artists. Tien's combo is faster than the eye can see. There it is, the Crane School's Dodon Ray. Mercenary Tao is laying on the pain. He doesn't know the meaning of mercy. Definitely the art of an assassin. Tien splits into 4. Can Goku overcome this predicament? Or will Tien Shinhan's 8 fists take home the win? I'm just as excited to find out as you are. Goku shows no signs of stopping. Tien Shinhan loses the round by ring out. I don't believe this. Junior has grown to massive stature. How is Goku going to handle this? I'm a little worried for my own physical safety, folks, but I'm not going anywhere. Oh no, Goku is down. 1, 2, 3. 4! The match continues! But which of them will take home the championship? Fierce fights like this are what the World Tournament is all about!
Oh, yes! That was absolutely awesome. Now, just in case, my Z Warriors, in case they copyright this section, we'll edit it, but we'll leave the link to this trailer in the description below. Now, like I said, we have a lot to go over here, so I'm gonna just put here on the screen here, we're gonna take out the volume and then go over here because there's a lot. There's definitely a lot here. Of course, the trailer is starting here, and boom, we get this. I love the actual background that they use here, showing all of the awesome cutscenes here. And of course, this is one of the reasons why I love Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, is the way that Kakarot tells the story that we all know and love, but in a really new and just great cinematic way. I feel like this is probably like the pinnacle of the scenes and much better done from the remasters, but this is why I love the game. It just really looks good, and I love the montage that they did here for DLC 5. Bravo. You can see all the moments there from thus far. So it's a 23rd World Tournament. That's what we use there in our thumbnail. Now there's a lot to go over here. This, again, the cutscenes, I cannot wait to see them. But I also do have something to mention, to say at least later about it. Now, so it says here, take on exciting ground battles. Now, I think this is obviously going to be near the end, but look at this. And it does say the footage shown is under development, but look, level 18. And we're going to get to see Goku's level here pretty soon. But the ground combat looks so crisp. I love it. The after image attacks, I absolutely love how it looks. Which again, this is setting up other DLCs, especially the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super. So if this is how it looks like, I'm all for it. So it says here, running, jumping, and dodging requires a different strategy from aerial combat. And again, it looks really, really good. The dodging mechanics still. Now, we see Goku's Surge mode here. They chose a red aura. Well, what does that remind you of? That reminds you of the Kaioken. I don't know why they chose that. I would have just rather them use a white aura. Like, the aura to me is such an issue for me, because when you're in Super Saiyan, you charge up, you're still using the white charge up key. Like, can at least that be addressed? I don't think it is, but I mean, it's a minor thing. I can obviously get over it. Well, not really, but it's still something that we need to mention, because I don't know why red is why they chose. White, I think, would have looked better. Because at this stage, of course, Goku doesn't know Kaioken. But again, looking here at the levels here, you see Goku's level 19, and again, Piccolo is level 18. So again, these take separate. This is going to take separate from the main story, just like the Trunks DLC, the Bardock, where we're gonna have to start from ground zero on this. But 20 levels, it's going to take us to get to kind of the end here. So, but we'll keep going with that. This absolutely looks amazing. This whole sequence here looks absolutely amazing. I feel like this is when you have your enemy stunned, that is going to play, because I think you can see it right there. The stun meter is going up. So whenever your opponent, the NPC, is stunned, you use your super, you go into a cutscene mode. Again, one of my favorite things to do in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So we're going to look at that again, because that was an awesome looking sequence there. And even this, so you're still going to have our dodge there. Bam. So he's stunned. He was able to get all this because he was stunned. Then, of course, the Kamehameha coming out of his feet there. And now, of course, we see here Tianjin against Tien Mercenary Tao. Now, this looks interesting here. So super attack, support, fight, ki blast, and items. I don't know why that's there. I don't remember that. But again, look at the level here. Level 9 and level 10. So we get to use Tien kind of before, obviously, the last battle with Piccolo or Junior. But so good. The ground combat looks really good. Which, really, all it was is just putting them on the ground. And this is so going to do very well for the other type tournaments that we have in Dragon Ball Super. Like, especially like against Universe 8. Come on, let's go. Now, during all of this, what I thought was really cool was the announcer. I'm not sure if people are going to get annoyed by that, but I kind of like it. It gives a different type of feeling when you're actually doing the combat here, which again looks bloody amazing. Again, they're going to their super armor mode again. Of course, you can't really hit them, especially if you're a level lower than them. And I did mention this before. When we play this DLC, we're just going to play it under normal. Why? Because I just want to enjoy it for what it is. When I say enjoy it for what it is, I want to whoop some butt. And then the hard challenge, of course, will come after, when we go through our second playthrough. There's the attack there, the super armor attack. So this is pretty cool. Now, one of the things that this is going to be annoying under hard, 100%. Which is annoying now. when you have multiple enemies under hard. Under normal, it's manageable. You'll be able to kind of concentrate on one dodge and then whittle the life of that NPC down. But again, so you can see here, level 14 and then level 17 Goku. Again, the fight before Junior. But this is an awesome sequence. You get to see more of what we're going to expect here. Now we get more solar flare there. Love the actual action here around the screen with rocks kind of flying up there. And of course, you can see the ground damage where we get slammed down. And look at the arena. It looks so much bigger. Oof, that looks good. Now, again, I'm not sure if this is because Tien was stunned or you're at the edge and that you really have to do like a knockout and like an end of a combo type hit. So we're going to look at a stun meter here just quickly to see if it's kind of climbing here. It's hard to tell. But there's that ring out mechanic. Again, you may have to just put them towards the edge of the ring there and then do a final. But it was a cutscene. So I'm not sure if that cutscene is triggered by you being at the edge and or if because he was stunned. So now they're showing us. Again, I love the fact that they just kind of demusclified Goku here because it really adds to the sort of feel of the DLC. I would rather not them go back in time, but them adding this, I can imagine someone playing starting to get into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot would go just kind of like what we did, play through the story, how they are presented in the timeline. So our recent playthrough there, which took about 70 hours on hard mode, we went to the story Bardock, went to Dragon Ball Z, and then at the middle there, the Cell Saga, we went to the Trunks DLC and then back to Dragon Ball Z. And I thought that was a really cool way of playing it. So now, if you get this, if you're a new player, getting this now, you can go through Story Bardock, this 23rd tournament, and then the Z, and then Trunks, and then end off in Z. And then, of course, we all know what DLC 6 is, the end of Z. So it's kind of like a perfect flow, and I think that's really cool. I wish they would have done it sort of in a way that it was maybe in Season 1 pass as opposed to Season 2, but it is what it is. Again, I'm more excited for the people who are getting to Kakarot now because they get to play this in order. But this is a boss mechanic here that we're going to be able to fight Piccolo in his giant form, which we've already done. It's already in the game. Of course, fighting the Great Ape, but we get to see what we're up against here. Of course, all you got to do when you see that sort of red sort of indicator coming towards you, just dodge. And we still get our ground dodge here, so that's pretty cool. The shock waves, you just got to kind of... So when you get a chance, you hit Piccolo's feet, and he'll kind of pause and then go on one knee, and that's when you can unleash your attacks. So again, notice the levels here. Level 22. So what I was saying earlier, I feel like this is going to be a short DLC. But if you kind of get 5 hours, 6 hours out of this, I'll be happy. I really will be. Because I've already gotten a lot of gameplay out of the Bardock. And that didn't necessarily feel short. I think it just felt right. And then if you add this now to the Season 2 pass, I think it's okay. As long as it gives us about 5-7 hours. And I'm going to take my time with this, to be honest with you, Z Warriors. I'm going to take my time with this because this looks absolutely amazing. There's another attack that we're going to have to dodge there. Now they show, of course, the knockout mechanic here. And all we got to do is tap whatever to get right back up here. I wonder what the count is up to. Is either 5 or 10. It'd be interesting if it was just 5. That'd be hilarious. And probably when you get knocked down more than once, that's going to get harder and harder to build up that meter, is what I think. There you go. Play up the new battles. Kakarot, 23rd World Tournament. Right there. Season Pass 2. And of course, now we know what the third DLC is going to be in Season Pass 2, which is going to be the end of Z. So, again, it felt like this was a good way to kind of get new people into Kakarot because they can get Season 1 and 2 pass go through season 2 pass, like the story of Bardock, and then the 23rd tournament, go to the story of Z, hit up the actual story, Trunks' story, right? And then before doing the end of Z, do the Beerus and then Frieza DLCs, and it just kind of, it's fun. So are we gonna do a playthrough again of this, of the whole thing? Not sure, but with the end of Z, we're gonna hit that up. But again, I love this game. It's been one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z games up to date. Now, of course, we know Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is coming out sometime in the future. Before Kakarot, Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was like my favorite game. But Kakarot, right now, as it stands, is my favorite Dragon Ball Z game because of the cinematics, the way they tell the story, and of course, we all know the story of Dragon Ball Z. And Kakarot just tells it in such a great way and makes you feel the actual combat, makes you feel the story. I'll say it, and I'm not shy to say it. I've felt the feels playing through this, especially the Trunks story. I still think that so far, that is the best DLC. DLCs 1 and 2 for season 1, I like what it has done to make you feel stronger, especially Goku and Vegeta. If you've seen me play the villainous enemy runs and you see me fight Golden Frieza, with Goku, he's the ultimate hack. You can really feel the power. I love how the story of Trunks have made you really feel like weak and building up. I feel like this is going to be sort of that same, but in a different type of feeling, because me personally, I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball. I grew up with Dragon Ball Z. So I'm going to be 100% behind just experiencing what this new DLC has to offer. And of course, after that, we have the 3rd DLC, which is the end of Z, to look forward to after this. I hope we get this soon. I don't know. There's no indication, I think, of when this is coming out as of me recording this video. But regardless of that, this is such a great DLC to look forward to because of the mechanics that are all new to Kakarot. The ground combat looks amazing. I love how it looks. I think it's going to just really translate well on, again, kind of that feeling of you can't fly. And again, opening up the other tournaments that we've seen so far in Dragon Ball. Again, loving this. So, again, am I going to have my issues? Of course. Kakarot is not perfect, but again, for me, this is one of the best games for Dragon Ball Z for me. So, my Z Warriors, that is the video. We're going to leave it on this. Do us a favor, hit that like button. Also, comment below, let us know what you think of the ground combat trailer here, because I might be interested to see. But for me, I'm all in. I cannot wait to experience this new DLC, and hopefully sooner than later. So captains, my Z Warriors, we're going to leave the video on that. And until the next video, we'll see you next time.